In this video, we're going to look at Chapter 1, Section B on interval notation, which is also known as set notation. Set notation is a quick way for us to list an interval of numbers. For example, I can list all the real numbers x such that -3 is less than x and x is less than or equal to 2. And I should be thorough and put in that x is a member of the real number set. Now, a few things to notice. First, this little symbol right here means such that. So when we're saying the interval notation above, we say that x such that -3 is less than x or is less than and is less than or equal to 2. Also, this part right here is assumed, and therefore we don't need to write it anymore. We do need to include this part if we want to use some other interval other than real numbers. For example, if x is only a member of the rational numbers, then we can write this instead of writing x is a member of R. Otherwise, we can drop this part entirely. We can also represent intervals on number lines. For example, the interval above would look like this. We have -3 on the left and +2 on the right, and these are for all real numbers x. But -3 is not included because of this symbol right here. It's only less than, not less than or equal. So we draw an open circle at this end. On the other end, 2 is included in the interval because we have the less than or equal to sign here. So we draw a closed circle. And then because we're considering all real numbers, we can close the interval with a line. Now, if we had written x is a member of the integers instead of the real numbers, instead of using a line down at the bottom, we would use dots to represent the integers. So this would be -2, -1, 0, and 1. Let's quickly take a look at a few examples. Here's an interval on a number line, and we want to write this using set notation or interval notation. So the first thing I need to include is the open bracket, x such that, and I know we're using x because x is on the number line, x such that x, or 0 rather, is less than x, is less than or equal to 5. And we're going to say that x is a member of the natural numbers or the integers. In either case, both would work. So let's use the integers. So a few things here. I know that 0 is not included, right? 0 doesn't have a dot above it. So I'm only going to use the x, the less than symbol. I know that 5 is included because the circle is there. So I'm going to use the less than or equal to sign here. Also, I need to write x as a member of the integers because not all real numbers are included, so we can't assume that all real numbers are included. Another way we could have written this interval would be x such that 1 is less than or equal to x is less than or equal to 5. X is a member of the natural numbers. In this example problem, I want to go the other way. I want to look at this set notation and draw it on a number line. So here's my number line, and before we start drawing, let's notice a few things. First, here I have an or instead of a single interval. Because I have an or statement, I'm going to have intervals that are going in opposite directions. So I want to start at +3, and because I have a less than or equal to sign here, I'm going to draw a closed circle And less than means to the left, so I'm going to draw an arrow to the left. Over here, I have n is greater than 6, so I'm going to draw a line at 6. And because it's only a greater than symbol, not a greater than or equal to, I'm going to draw an open circle and an arrow to the right. And this is an OR statement. It's really two intervals combined into one.